Good evening, friends. Welcome to the session. We have Shantanu Gupta ji. Namaste, Shantanu ji.
Namaste,
Yeah,
namaste. Anil.
yeah. Very nice to have you join us tonight. Actually, Shantanu has just brought out a new book called Ramayana for Every Child, which he says is a mission to take Sri Ram's teachings to every Sanatana home and every child to educate them on Ramayana, and not only Ramayana, the lessons that Ramayana teaches and the kind of values that every individual should have, whether it's a child or an adult. So we'll speak about this, Shantanu towards the end. So first we'll focus on the Kumbh Mela, which is one of the biggest, religious events happening in the world. Now, as all of us know, we are the only religion, Sanatana Dharma, that has organized the biggest and most sacred religious festival without any bloodshed. Now, moving on to, let's go on to the uh, first point that I wanted to just check with Shantanu ji is that CM Yogi Adityanath has invited PM Modi for the Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj. And also the fact that Kumbh Mela is celebrated based on the position of celestial bodies. Each Kumbh Mela has its own significance. Now, Kumbh Mela is celebrated every 12 years. 4 places in India are chosen for this event: Ganga, Shipra, Godavari, and the confluence of the 3 rivers, Triveni Sangam, at Prayagraj. Now, during the fair, people take a dip in these holy rivers, and they feel they become blessed after that. So it's an honor to have Shantanu with us to discuss the details of the Mahakumbh. So thank you, Shantanu ji. So moving on to the first point, Shantanu ji, ISKCON is also very highly active in this Mela, and
Yeah.
apparently Guru Prasad Swami ji, chairman of ISKCON, met yesterday at Ahmedabad with Adani Group's chairman, and they joined hands for Kumbh Mela to distribute prasadam to millions of devotees.
Billions.
So this is a huge honor because this itself shows how important the Kumbh Mela is for every Indian, and the fact that see all, whether it's corporates or people of every fraternity joining hands, and this is the kind of view you can see from the top. When you see the Kumbh Mela, you can't even believe that this is the kind of population that's going to be there of sons, of sadhus and of pilgrims and bhakts. So it is indeed a very proud moment, Shantanu ji, that we are going to witness in
Yeah.
UP. So before that, I'd also like to make a few comments on Yogi ji's, Uttar Pradesh. Earlier, see, everybody knew Uttar Pradesh as the den for mafia, mafia rule, and women and young children were scared to walk at night, on the roads. But today, it looks like Yogi Adityanath ji has ushered in a golden era where women don't have to be scared, walking the streets at night, and anybody can meet anybody at in the night. Nobody's scared of getting attacked. So he has not only brought in a golden era for for UP, but also ushered in the fact that see, this is the pilgrim town of a pilgrim state of India. So this is a huge achievement given the short time that he has been in power, Shantanu ji. So could you speak about this, from the start? Yes.
So starting from the Kumbh, as you rightly shown the picture of my book. So I'm taking an initiative or taking not only Ramayana but the Sanatani's value to Indian kids. See, I feel, Minaji, we are also part of this colonial brought up, right? We also read the same half-baked curriculum, and now we are correcting ourselves, right? Unlearning ourselves from last almost 10 years. So this is my book, Masterclass with Yogi Adityanath on Kumbh, which I gifted Yogi Adityanath ji 2 weeks back. But this is the first time I met him with the family, my young kids. And idea is because I'm homeschooling my kids, so I keep inventing the new, innovative, fun ways to inculcate Sanatani values to kids. And Kumbh, as you rightly said, and the wonderful pictures you have shown, is the biggest gathering on earth of any sort. and UNESCO has given us a tag of the intangible heritage, right? So when 40 to 50 crore people are going to gather in a town whose population is 20 lakhs, can you imagine that? The population of Prayagraj, Allahabad, the whole district is 20-25 lakhs, and almost 40-50 crore people. My God, such a view, right? These many people will come in and go out, and on a particular time there will be 50 lakh to a crore people on a particular day on Mani Amavasya, which is like one of the very known Sahi Snan. The number of people expected to 4 to 5 crores, and this is only possible in a safe Uttar Pradesh, in a developed Uttar Pradesh. Today you can travel to Prayag by flight, by road, by multiple trains, and if you're not getting flight to Prayag because so many people are coming, okay, land in Lucknow and go to 4 hours to Prayag. Land in Banaras, 4 hours to Prayag. Land in Ayodhya, 4 hours to Prayag, 3 hours to Prayag. Land in Delhi, take a train, 7 hours to Prayag. So now you don't have any bahana ki arey bhai main nahi ja sakta, because now between Yogi Adityanath and Narendra Modi, they had made such super arrangements, and once you go there, there are 2 lakh tents there, there are homestays there, there are hotels and after hotels there. And last time in 2019, Kung, there are almost 5,500 different kind of camps of religious institutions or social institution. This time it's doubled, Meenaji. It's almost 10,000 camp. So you'll get like stay and food anywhere, right? In fact, yesterday Yogi Adityanath started one rasoi where food is available at 9 rupees, right? And let alone 9 rupees, there you can't go hungry. Every akhada is serving food, every social institution is serving food. He has just shown how Adani ji is joining hands with ISKCON. And yesterday I was chatting with Mohandas Pai ji. He said, I'll be also there. So from Ambanis to Mohandas Pais of the world to so many saints of so many akhadas to a normal person, a Kalpvasi, all are going to Kumbh. So if you are not going to Kumbh, that's not good. So everyone should, who is watching Meenaji's podcast, should come to Kumbh. See, thousands and thousands of years back, Meenaji, there was no Yogi Adityanath, there was no TV, there's no information, and Shradhalu used to come. Today, when we have flight, train, bus, every arrangement, everything is so arranged, there is no reason for us not to go in this Gyan Samagan. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
really my opinion.
Yeah. So my next question is that, see, when there are so many calamities happening all over the world, it is said that our sadhus and sants are the people who, through their meditation, keep India safe.
Mm.
And so this confluence of all these people together itself shows that, see, if you are there at the Kumbh, I mean, this kind of energy, will seep into you and also make sure that your outlook would be very positive for the coming years.
That's a very very important point. In fact, I was saying the same to someone. See, my Guruji says, from whom I learned Kriya Yoga, that when you do Kriya at your home, the wavelength of your whole house improves, right? So I told you those Kalpvasis, right, who spent 45 days with 21 very strict vows, right? Lakhs and lakhs of sadhus, 40 crore people will come and take a dip there. When they go back to their house, their mohallas, their towns, they will increase the spiritual quotient of the whole town, whole mohalla, whole samaj, whole parivar, whole family. So these 40-50 crore people, Meenaj, you rightly said, when they will go to Kumbh, they will go back to their normal life, right? And they will, as you said, they will do a spiritual renovation, rejuvenation of India. That's why Kumbh Mela keep happening so it happens every 6 to 12 years, but between Prayag, Haridwar, Ujjain and Trimbak, it's coming almost every 2-3 years. That's why India has a self-correcting mechanism. Kuch galat karm kar diya hai to correct ho jayega, right? Lakhs and lakhs of people, crores and crores of people with the Shraddha, with the Bhav, tail the dubki, take the dip in Ganga here, Ganga in Haridwar, Shipra in Ujjain, or Godavari in Nasik, and you rightly said that will increase the national consciousness, national spirituality level of the country.
Yeah. So if you were to get into the mind of Yogi Adityanath ji, see, you can understand that, see, if you are a big corporate house, you can, conduct things because you have so much of staff working on it day and night. But here, you have a very simple monk who is, just attired in, very simple clothes, using his, whatever wealth of knowledge and experience that he has to make sure, that everything moves in a very streamlined manner at the Mahakumbh. And so, how does this happen? Because if you look at Yogi Ji, you just see that he is a aesthetic, sant who's sitting there and perhaps meditating all the time. But he seems to be thinking even much further than the corporate top heads. Could you tell me about this?
No, you rightly said, and one very interesting detail about Yogi Adityanath, though he's a ascetic monk that he is the Vahak of Nath Parampara. He is the head Mahant of Gorakshnath Peeth and also the Akhil Bharatiya Nath Parampara. And we consider that Nath Parampara is coming from Adinath Shava to Matsendranath to Guru Gorakshnath to Digvijayanath Diji to Mahanta Vednath to Yogi Adityanath. So he's the Vahak. He's the Vahak of Adinath's Adi Yogi's Parampara. So he's that, but he's also running a huge mutt, Gorakshnath Mutt, right? The Gorakshnath Mutt, Meenaji has almost 40-45 big institutions, like a big school, a big college, a big hospital, a big nursing college, multiple ashrams. So he's doing this large management, and lakhs of people come to the Gorakshnath Mutt every year in multiple locations. So he, in fact, and he as a sannyasi is going to the Kumbh from last 30-35 years. So for him, this is very natural, right? And to juxtapose it, I don't want to put politics into it, but to juxtapose it, do you know in 2013 when Kumbh happened in Akhilesh Yadav's time, who was leading the Kumbh? Can you guess? It was Azam Khan. Like, can you imagine? Like, Akhilesh Yadav had 200 plus MLAs, 60 ministers. He only got Azam Khan just to tease Hindus, right? He only got Azam Khan. Like, it's a very ascetic tradition, right? Like 13 akhadas will come, they have their own tradition, they have their own norms, which akhada will set up here, what religious ceremony will happen, and who is there to manage it? Azam Khan, right? And today, who is managing it? Yogi Adityanath, who is the Vahak of Nath Parampara. So, and the management of this whole thing is meticulous. Yeah, it's an almost 4,000 acres of land. There are thousands and thousands of parking. There are 150 lakh toilets. There are thousands and thousands of safai karmis. So it's a mammoth management. Can you imagine? Just think of this: a city which has 20 lakh population will receive 40 crore people. 40 crore is equal to the whole population of United States of America.
Yeah,
Can you imagine the whole population will travel to not India to that place, right? And this is calculated. Even if a lower middle class person come, he will come by a train, bus, whatever, right? Someone will come with a flight. They will take some food, they will take some water can, they will buy some kalava, some puja, they will give some money to some pujari, they will take a boat, they will eat something, and average they spend 2 to 3,000 rupees. When 40 crore people will come spending 2 to 3,000 rupees, it's a huge vardhan of Lakshmi Mata also. So that's why when UP government spent 4,000 crore last time in 2019 Kumbh, a lot of people hue and cry, oh my god, why are you spending in a Hindu festival? And then when the festival got over, the Confederation of Indian Industries, CII, calculated that it generated an economy of 1 lakh crore. 4,000 rupees created economy of 1 lakh crore, right? So that kind of influence Kumbh has, right? And because now the number is doubling from 25 crore last time to almost 40-50 crore. So the economic effect is also doubling.
yeah,
I'll give you a parallel example from Ayodhya. In Ayodhya, you know how many pilgrims, devotees used to come before the temple? 2 to 5 lakhs. You know how many came this year, last year? 16 crores. 2 to 5 lakhs, 16 crore, right? And they're spending 3 to 4,000 rupees every person is a 70,000 to 1 lakh crore economy just for Ayodhya nearby, right? That's why with the kripa of Vishnu ji, we are also getting the kripa of Lakshmi ji in
yeah.
such large celebrations.
Yeah, in fact, when you speak about the infrastructure, see what I notice is that Yogi ji has very, brilliantly made sure that any person, whether they come from, a higher class or a lower class, whichever, sort of classes they come in, the kind of facilities that are being made available for them suits their status because you have very good, sort of air conditioned, tents for those who are perhaps not comfortable with the smaller ones. So he has also catered to the fact that see, you don't need to feel uncomfortable in such a kumbh, thinking that the facilities may not be there. Because what I noticed was there are very beautiful cabins that are with air conditioned, and also they have dip pools. You can dip yourself in the pool right there without having to go very far. So those who are don't have constrained by time, and who want to rush and go back. He's made every sort of convenience for these people. So for to think like this, who is the team that functions with Yogi Adityanath ji, to make it so streamlined, and the fact that, see, without troubling anybody. So the budget is for every type of person. If you have a small budget, you have a small tent, so you for every class there is some sort of arrangement which makes them comfortable. Can you speak about who is the team behind this sort of functioning?
I think as I told you that Yogi Adityanath is leading the team from the front, and someone has to be very very sensitive to think the small points. I'll tell you how sensitive the team is. See, when you come to the such melas, right, a lot of people don't even stay; they come and go. But what they need, the women need a place to change clothes after taking the dip. You need toilets, right? So there are 1,50,000 toilets, and so that the toilets are clean, there are thousands of safai karmis equipped with all the modern tools of cleaning. And this safai karmis, all the people who are working, the lakhs and lakhs of people, are made to stay in very comfortable cottages. All the safai karmis, and because they are coming with their family, their kids are also coming with them. There are temporary schools for those kids of safai karmis. Can you imagine that? To that level, Yogi Adityanath administration has gone. And you said they have a crack team, right? The best of the officers of Yogi Adityanath are deputed to Kumbh. And one is, in fact, a Kannadiga officer, Vijay Kiran Anand, who is from Karnataka, but a UP-based UP cadre officer, 2009 batch, I guess. And he's the Kumbh Mela Adhikari. He's a brilliant officer and an ex-CA. And he was education director. Yogi Adityanath pulled him from the education team for a year, and he's managing the Kumbh meticulously, and equally then the police team, in the information team, in the management team, and wherever possible, the external help is taken. The third party help is taken. Let's say if you go to the Kumbh website, kumbh.gov.in, you'll find a chatbot. There's a small chatbot. That chatbot is developed by a IIT IM team, right? A Samagra team. I think Gaurav Goel and his team has managed the chatbot, and it runs in 12 languages. You can ask the question in Telugu, in Tamil, in Kannada, in Odia, in Bengali. It will reply back. Yogi Adityanath's bot will reply back in that language. How many akharas it has, how many Shahi Snan it has, what is the date of this, where should I stay, where the government approved, and it will reply back in that language and list you on your computer screen, on your mobile screen. So he's taken a crack team for all the important. He's taken external help. A lot of IITs are helping, IIT Guwahati, because a lot of structural stuff happened. The bridges, the pontoon bridges, and there is one very unique thing in the Prayag Kumbh, which is different from the Haridwar Kumbh and the Ujjain Kumbh and the Nasik Kumbh, that the river gives a very different bank every time. So how the river will meander will only the administration only gets to know 2-3 months in advance. So 50, 60, 70% area of the camp is decided, but the 30-40% decided only 4 months back, and that's on the mercy of Ma Ganga, and that makes it even more challenging, right? So you need a lot of structural engineer, because on a wet river bank, which is recently left by Ma Ganga, you can't put a camp, otherwise it will go down. So you'll find structural engineers, you'll find sand engineers, you'll find water purification engineers. So many people are coming in. There can be hygiene and health issues, so you're going to health professionals. So all such expertise is also roped in, and multiple universities, multiple institutions have partnered with Yogi Adityanath government to make it a successful Kumbh. Yeah.
So also, Shantanu, see, Sanatana Dharma is that religion where nobody is forced to come into your religion. And yet, what I found is that a lot of people who converted to Islam have returned, and they want to return to Ghar Wapasi and return to Hinduism. Now, there are a lot of Muslim clerics who are against this, and they said that they will go to the Supreme Court and speak against this and not allow this to happen. So, what do you think Yogi ji will do in this concern?
See, first of all, propagation of religion is allowed in India, right? It should not happen with coercion or lurement. That's the only catch. And in fact, Sanatana Dharma is the religion where there is no active evangelism. In fact, if one wants to convert into Hinduism, there is no documented practice also. Only Arya Samaj and ISKCON have some practices to convert someone in Hinduism, right? Because for us, as you said, the Sanatana Dharma, that was the only dharma. We never competed with dharmas. Oh, that we have a subscription base. We have to increase our subscription base. That was not a mindset. But now we are also should also get the Shatru bodh, because when the opposition person is luring people, converting people to love jihad, through land jihad, through conversion, through various things, right? They're targeting poorest of the poor, offering them some lurement. So in such case, a lot of people wants to come, because now they're seeing the woman in other religion. You see the condition of women in Islam, you see the condition of nuns in Christianity, right? And now all those voices in this 24/7 media world are coming out, and when they're seeing liberated Hindu women, working Hindu women, and very empowered Hindu women, they say, okay, this is the religion. A lot of people who are getting logically up, they're finding spirituality, they're finding the spiritual gyan. They're hearing Jaggi Vasudev to Sri Sri to Baba Ramdev. They say, oh my God, such an enlightened, from Ayurveda to spirituality to yoga. This religions offer an amazing way of life. And when they want to come back, they should, without any coercion, with making their own adult mind. Why not? They should come back, and they should come back to Sanatan Dharma. I'm sure if any legal requirement to facilitate that, Yogi Adityanath will be the first one to do it.
So moving on to looking at the security part. Now we know that Yogi Adityanath is working overtime to ensure that each and every person who comes to the Kumbh will be protected at all costs. But apparently there were 3 Khalistanis who were arrested from Pilbit. They were on their way to Prayagraj, and there was also sort of a threat from Islamic terrorists. Now, tell me, how is the government prepared for this? Are these only hollow threats that these people are trying to frighten off the pilgrims, or are they real threats?
I think this is serious. This is a serious topic. Uh, I'll start from a simple thing. 2 days back, I was discussing with a friend in US, and he was accessing the site of kumbh.gov.in. He was not able to access it. I checked with some officials, which I know. He said, we are getting constant attacks on our website from China and Pakistan. Can you imagine that? Just on the website. Like, they will not allow Hindus to even celebrate their events and festivals. That's okay. The website is a very simple website. It is providing information for travel, stay, where the Akharas, where the Kumbhs, where the Shaisnas. It's not some very e-commerce, very technical website. It's like information website. For that, they're also attacking. So if they will not leave the website, they will try every possible nuisance, every possible trick in their plate to create some ruckus in the Kumbh, right? Because it's a Hindu festival, they have to do it. And the sad part is, the opposition political parties are also not speaking against it. Yesterday some Maulvi said that Kumbh is happening on a Waqf land. Come on, man. It cannot get funnier than this. The mention of the Kumbh is in Rig Veda, is in Atharva Veda. Ramcharitmanas to Valmiki Ramayana also mentions about Samudra Manthan. When Valmiki ji is taking Ram and Lakshman to kill Tadka, Marich and Subahu, there's a lot of time he's narrating the stories. He's narrating the story of Kumbh Mela, the Samudra Manthan to Ram and Lakshman, right? Something is as ancient as this, and Islam, which is only 1400 years old, they're saying, oh no, this is a Waqf land. Can you imagine that? And as I told you, it happens on a riverbed. Riverbed doesn't belong to Waqf land. And lot of the bank, as I told you, only decided 3-4 months in advance. So even a river basin is owned by Waqf, it seems. Well, now
So
it's not even funny. It's reaching the level of stupidity now, right? So when they are doing this, they will try all efforts. But as Yogi Adityanath ruled in last 8 years, no riots, no untoward activity. And with Prabhu Krapa, I'm sure everything will be under control. Best of the technologies of drone, underwater drones, surveillance, checkpoints, policemen in armed clothes, unarmed clothes. Every possibility of every modern technology, every process management is used in making it is a Swachh Kumbh and a secure Kumbh. Yeah. And with Prabhu Krapa, as you rightly said, which Bharatvarsh has, I'm sure everything will go smooth and fine.
Yeah. So moving on to the Kumbh, tell me, see, when people take a dip in the rivers, so what are the effects? Can you tell us about that? For the layman, they think that, see, why this dip in the river?
Yeah. See, I think we have to touch a little bit of the story of the Kumbh, right? In a very short span. So why it's called a Kumbh? Kumbh is like a kalash, like a matka, like ghada. So during the Samudra Manthan, when Devatas were dilapidated with their war with Asuras, they went to Vishnuji and they asked, what should we do? He said, you have to do a Kshirosagar Samudra Manthan, and from where the Amrit will come, and while drinking that, you will regain your all your energy and all your power. Okay, the Samudra Manthan happened. For Samudra Manthan, you need a big Mathani, which is Mandara Parvat. You need a big string, which is Nagdev Vasuki, and the base is provided by Kurmavatar of Vishnu. So Kumbh story is also aligned with the Dashavatar of Vishnu. From Matsya to Kalki Avatar, which is yet to appear, and Sambal is much in contention these days because of the Kalki Dev. The second avatar, Kurma, became the base of that Manthan. From Manthan, there came Amrit. And then there is a lot of China Japti, Rakas happened between the Devtas and the Asuras. In the process, it spilled at 4 places. Today's Haridwar at Uttarakhand, Prayag in Uttar Pradesh, Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, and Nasik Trambak in Maharashtra. And there also it fell in the rivers. So in Prayag it fell in the confluence in the Sangam of Ganga Jamuna, Saraswati. In Haridwar it fell in Ganga, in Ujjain it fell in Shipra, and Nasik it fell in Godavari. So that's why there is a huge significance in taking the dip at that time. And also these Kumbh doesn't happen at a random time. When it happened the 6 months or 12 years, it happened at a particular position of the stars. And you will be very surprised. So let's say the Prayag Kumbh happens when Jupiter enters Aries, or and the Sun Moon happened Capricorn, right? This is the timing of the Prayag Kumbh, which is normally in the Magh month, which is January to February as per Hindu calendar, right? And when Jupiter enters Leo, which you call Simha, the Ujjain and Nasik Kumbh happen. That's why they are called Sinhasta Kumbh also. And that happened in the Chaitra month. The Haridwar Kumbh happened in the Chaitra month in March and April. The Trambak Nasik Kumbh happens in Bhadrapada in August and September, and Ujjain Kumbh happened in Vaishak in April, May. In this particular months, the position of the stars, the nature of the river is such, it's very good medicinally for your body. And because of the Puranic story, the Amrit fell, the nectar for which the Devatas and Asuras both were fighting. It's so easily available to us. The effect of the nectar will be at its peak at this time, and further peak on those 6 days of when I told you there are Shahi Snans. So there's 6 Shahi Snans: Pausha Purnima, Makar Sankranti, Mauni Amavasya, Basant Panchami, Maghi Purnima, and it ends with Mahashivratri on 26th February. So that's why taking a dip there is extremely important and divine. Meena ji,
So this added with the chanting of the mantras and all the religious procedures that are happening, it will be like a dynamite, helping you to really get a lot of solace and a lot of good positive energy. Now here, as you know, Shantanu ji, see, mischief makers are a lot, not only in India, but all over the world. You see the fires that are happening in America. So there are some people who want to create mischief. In the world, mischief makers are at large. And what we've noticed in USA is the terrible fire that has taken place in Los Angeles, California, burning even the homes of the rich and famous. Now here in India, what we've noticed is that what they call, sort of stampedes are often mischief in the form of opposition parties working, to make you fall. Now, this has happened in many cases, including even a film actor's, movie where, there was a stampede and he was not even aware of it, but they politicized it. It was for some other reason. Similarly, what has happened recently in Tirupati, the stampede. So, we do get the feeling that mischief is played by certain people who do not want this kind of unity and strength in Sanatana Dharma. So, what sort of precautions have been taken in the Kumbh Mela to ensure that this doesn't happen? Because I know for a fact that, see, many people, Muslims, are not being allowed inside because they know that these people could create mischief. So, could you speak about that, Shantanu?
So you're right. See, a lot of people don't want Sanatan to be strong. Remember, we used to be told that Kumbh, Bollywood used to tell us that Kumbh is the place where people get lost. It's the standard dialogue in Bollywood movies. Kumbh के मेले में बच्चे खो जाते हैं. ये भाई कुंभ के मेले में खो गए थे. Don't keep Mahabharata at house, otherwise Mahabharata will happen in your house. Otherwise, our Rishi says Mahabharata is the Pancham Veda. Everyone should read Mahabharata and keep it in their house, right? But they have created these narratives around, okay, so that Hindu families should not be strong families, so that Hindu Samaj should not be strong. If they read their text, they'll be stronger people, right? So you're right, mischief makers will be along. They will create intellectual ruckus, they will get physical ruckus, right? So crowd management, as you rightly said, is one of the most important part when so many people are coming. So what UP government has done, earlier the ghat used to be say 1 to 2 kilometers only. Now they've stretched the developed ghat to almost 12 kilometers. So all these people are coming in. Are they not coming in half a kilometer? And so can you imagine 2-3 crore people coming on a day in a 1 kilometer stretch versus 2-3 crore people coming on a 12 kilometer stretch, both the sides of the ghat. So that's why crowd management, and there are constant monitoring that if the crowd in a particular area is becoming more than a particular number, because drone is counting every number, they will put the barricade and make them walk a lot, like so that they will
Okay.
meander, and it will. So there are all the modern process of crowd managements are being followed. Big team, trained team with cameras, drone cameras, modern methods of crowd management, stretching the area of the ghat to a level where the crowd should not concentrate in one place, and all the entry and exit point are beautifully managed, right? You will come by a by road or air or train, right? In 2013, when Akhilesh Yadav, the chief minister, there was a big stampede happened and 40-50 people died, multiple got injured while they're coming out of the railway station. So government is owning everything. It's not saying railway unka hai, railway is not mine, road is this department. It's the integrated effort of every central government. That's why Narendra Modi said double engine ki sarkar. So there is no confusion, right? The tourism minister of center and tourism minister of UP are working in tandem, right? The central government and state government are working in tandem. There's no credit fight ki mera kiya, maine kiya hai, aapne kiya. Basically the Kumbh should be delivered, and as you rightly said in the very starting, and I loved that statement, that it raises the national spirituality level and national consciousness of Bharatvarsh. So I'm sure, and this is my prayer to folded hand to people like Rahul Gandhi, people like Akhilesh Yadav. They're also practicing Hindus, at least I believe. So they can do politics and other things, but not in Kumbh, at least not in Kumbh. They should receive Kumbh. They should also go there, take a dip, and whatever good and bad they've done, uska bhi hisab hoga. But they should at least leave Kumbh, which is going from Adikal, Adi Shankaracharya to Huanswang to Raja Harshvardhan. Everyone has accounts around the Kumbh. So let's be a positive constituent to this Kumbh rather than a errand.
Yeah. So when you speak about the facilities, like walking around a little longer, so are facilities for senior citizens also made in particular that they don't have to walk, they can use wheelchairs and other such facilities?
Yeah, I'm saying it's for everyone, and you will soon get photos that people with lot of physical difficulties, people with age, they all will travel. So as I rightly told, as I told you earlier, there are flights to Prayagraj. If you're not able to catch a flight to Prayagraj, go to Lucknow, Ayodhya, Banaras. These are the three nearest airports. You can come by road. You're connected by the road very easily. It's connected by train very easily. So once you are there, till the time you reach the Kumbh area, there are well laid roads, and in the last mile where roads can't be laid, and it's a very new bank, iron sheets, iron plates are being laid, large iron plates are being laid, so that if there a lot of water comes, it's a little what do you say, a little soggy land, right? Because water has just receded from there, so that you can walk easily, and any vehicle, any cycle, any wheelchair can be towed there, right? So lot of people with physical disabilities come there, a lot of old people come there. Only caution they have to take, whichever tent they're staying, whichever hotel or residence they're staying, it should be not very far from the river bank, right? I'm sure. And even if there is, there are a lot of people to help, there are a lot of people to help, which the volunteers are there. They will take you, make sure if you have reached Prayag, someone will make sure you will take a dip in Maganga. Yeah, yeah, Minaji, you're mute. Minaji, you're
So we
mute.
were, yeah. Yeah. So as you were saying, see, Kumbh started in the time of Shankaracharya, and now it's going on. So do tell me that at that time, the sort of protection was not as it is now. So do you think the Islamic and Christian invaders would have tried to sabotage Kumbh in those days, and how did they resist it?
Yeah, there are a lot of stories. So Kumph's history is also a history of resistance. and we find that how Akbar, Aurangzeb, they all try to mess with Kumbh. And you know, right, the name Allahabad, a place, Prayagraj, which is so pious, so divine for the Sanatanis, Akbar only found that place and changed the name. It was Allah's Bad, means the place of Allah. And now, thanks to Yogi ji, he has restored his original name. Now there is no Allahabad, there is only Prayagraj there. And when Christian missionaries came, there are accounts that in 1800s, a lot of Christian missionaries came in large number. They were found distributing Bibles, and there was a conflict between Prayagwals, they are called the priests of Prayag, and the Christian missionaries. They broke their churches, then they counterattacked. So a lot of that confusion kept on happening. When British came, East India Company came, they were known for collecting taxes, right? So they added the pilgrimage tax, so that all the pilgrims will be taxed. Keep by there's just so many people are coming. If I charge them a small amount, is a huge number, right? Then they started taxing the shops there, and in fact, for a short while, the crowds to the Kumbh stars reduced drastically. And then Prayagwals and the British had a huge fight together, and those taxes were removed, right? And also historically, Minaji, Kumbh has been a hotbed for a lot of krantikari activities, right? A lot of positive. So a lot of big meetings of all our freedom fighters happened during Kumbh. In 1906, the whole planning for Banaras Hindu University, led by Madan Mohan Malviya, planned, executed, declared during Kumbh. In 1964, Vishwa Hindu Parishad was formed and declared in Haridwar Kumbh. And the whole Ram Mandir movement. How can we forget the Ram Mandir movement? Every big meeting of Ram Mandir happened in some Kumbh or the other, right? In fact, who can forget the famous speech of Devara Baba when he kind of called upon Hindus that reclaim your temple? How can you leave Ramlala in a tent? That speech is iconic speech where Mahanta Vedanath, Ashok Singhal all were present, and such a pious time that this is the first Kumbh after the Ram temple is being built, right? And 11th January is the date where it's 1 year ceremony of the Ram temple consecration is happening right now. So beautiful times, I think divine times. We all should be lucky that we are part of such times when we are reclaiming our culture, we are reclaiming our divinity.
Yeah, what you said is very true, Shantanuji, because we hear reports of a lot of Hollywood actors saying that they have reconverted, converted to Hinduism, and when they sit by the banks of the Kashi, they realize that the kind of energy they get over there makes them really sort of so positive. So, which means that it's not just the Sanatani Dharma dharmic person who is affected, it's also people from other religions who come and become Hindus, that they also feel the same power. Now, when you talk about the Mela, one thing is that the top sons, the Gurujis, the biggest, the highest hierarchy of people who we go to, to see, all land up at Mahakumbh. And that itself is like, you see, when you see celebrities, you say, oh, this is this one, this one, this one. It's the same in the Kumbh Mela. You are seeing each and every top, religious person and saints and sons. So, what is the feeling of that? If you could explain that, Shantanu.
Yeah. So, as I told before, Kumbh is also a large conference of knowledge sharing by this Sant. All our Sant and Rishis, Minaji, is nothing but are scientists in their own realm. Someone discovering new types of meditation techniques. Someone is discovering yoga techniques, Ayurveda techniques, right? Spiritual techniques, new contextualization of Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads. Everybody is doing his own realm. Kumbh, they come together and share knowledge among themselves and share knowledge with the Grahastha ashram people, right? So, and three main kind of akhadas come. Total 13 akhadas come. First is the Shaivite akhadas, right? In which you have Mahanirvani, Atal, Niranjani, Anand akhada, Juna akhada, Avan akhada, and Agni akhada. These 7, right? Let's keep counting. 7, okay. Then the Vaishnavite akhadas come, right? Nirvani akhada, Digambar akhada, and Nirmohi akhada. Mute.
Yeah, you're talking about the Shiva Bhakts, and then
Yeah, first the Shiv Bhakt and then the Vaishnavite
yes,
Akhadas, right?
yes, yes, yes.
These are the 3 Vaishnavite Akhada, Nirvani Akhada, Digambar Akhada, Nirmoni Akhada. 7 plus 3, 10. And now, which are also connected to a lot of Sikh tradition. A lot of people say, oh, Sikh and Hindu are different. A lot of Sikh Akhadas are coming in the mahakumbh, for all the people who created this, try to convert your Khalistani confusion, right? Sikh akhadas will be there. Bada Panchayati Udasin, Chota Panchayati Udasin, and Nirmal akhadas will be there. So these 13 akhadas, and then a lot of non-akhada saints, like someone like a Baba Ramdev, like someone like a Shri Shri Ravi Krishna, someone like a Chinmaya Mission, someone like a Vishwa Hindu Parishad, someone like a Paramartha Niketan. So a lot of these non-akhada saints, which are not part of a akhada tradition, but they are also there. Last time, and a lot of non-profit organization will also come. Someone who is working in the field of, let's say, disabled, someone who's working in the field of giving new eyesight to people, someone in the field of Gurukul education, they all will come. Last time there are almost 5,000 organizations which have put camp. This time there are 10,000 organizations which will put camp. So all these saints will be delivering pravachans every now and then. They will be doing events. There will be cultural performances from various parts of India. So it's a cosmos of India, right? One third of the population of India will be traveling to there, will be present there. Everyone will be presented there. The saints and seers from north, south, east, west will be there. Like all Shankaracharya, all Mathadish will be there. And two important things: when they come in a peshwai, like they come in the chariots, in the elephants, and the horses. They're doing dance. They're the trishul, they're damrus, and they do kind of a grand griha pravesh to their camp, right? They declare that we are there for 45 days and we'll be do our anushthan and puja. That's the one important thing, which is over now. Like it happens 2 weeks before the Kumbh. And during the Kumbh, there are, as I told you, 6 Shahi Snans. Oh my God, it's a delight to watch. Right? It's a most divine thing to watch. In that chilly cold of Prayag, when you will be with your monkey caps and 3 layers, 4 layers, this jacket, that jacket, you will find Naga sadhus at Brahmarua 3:45, 4, only with a langot, no clothes, and they will run. They will keep running, and they will jump in the river, and with a fun and frolic, they will take a bath. You will like feel kind of ashamed of yourself. Oh my God, I'm wearing a 4K layer of clothes, and they are not even getting the cold goosebumps. You'll get your surprise goosebumps, and there will be just some rock on their body, bhasma on their body, and they'll be as fit and as frolic and as strong as it can. And that's the value of tapasya that we realize sitting on the backs of Sangam in Prayagraj. That's the Peshwai and Shahi Snans are a delight to watch.
Yeah. So, as you say, very, very interesting, because I remember when my husband went for the Mahakumbh last time, we are followers of Swami Nityananda ji. And
Okay.
yeah, and at that time when Nityananda ji came in his chariot, and he came with his entourage, just like you said, it was so brilliant that everybody
Wow, yeah.
was watching him. And then after that, whatever
Amazing.
happened in his camp, it was meditation, it was group meditation, it was so many things that make you go, so absolutely ecstatic. So this is something
Exactly.
really, really powerful. Also, if you could, Shantanuji, speak about the difference between 2019 and 2025 Kumbh, happening under Yogi ji. Could you tell us the difference?
See, from 2019 onwards, only we started experiencing a divine Kumbh, and we can imagine when a Nathpanthi sadhu yogi who is coming from the parampara of Adityanath Shiva is leading the camp, how grand and how strong and how divine it will be, right? So now he has added a delta to it, right? So earlier, if the Kumbh was happening in the 3,000 hectare land, it's happening to 4,000 hectare land. Earlier, it's 10 lakh Kalpasis are coming, now 20 lakh Kalpasis are coming. Earlier, if 5,000 camps were there, installations were there, now 10,000 installations there. Earlier, 1 lakh toilets are there, now we have 1.5 lakh toilets. So everything is multiplied by 1.5 to 2. And
Yeah.
similarly, the number of people coming is also almost double. From 25 crores, now the government is expecting 40 to 50 crores. So everything is doubled. Lot many people are coming, and as I rightly said in the starting, all these people will go back to different parts of the India, and this divinity that will gather from Prayagraj in this Mahakumbh with the divinity of so many sadhus, and with their bodies going back to their own towns, their own mohallas, their own families, the divinity will be spread across India. That's why it's like a massive national recharge that will happen post Kumbh. So yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to go to the Mahakumbh, especially after listening to us, I'm sure many would be excited to come there. So Shantanu ji, just could you tell us the basics, how they, if they wanted to go, what is the procedure?
See, the two things, travel and stay, right? This is the fundamental thing, right? And managing yourself so that you should not get sick. So you can travel by flight. They're direct. Prayag has a now developed airport thanks to Yogi Adityanath government, right? Now a bigger terminal, so more flights from a Bangalore or a Hyderabad or a Calcutta or a Delhi or a Mumbai. They are direct flights. Or if you're not able to get direct flight, come to Delhi. There are direct flights from Delhi, right? Or as I told in the starting, go to Kashi, go to Ayodhya, go to Lucknow, and do a road journey, which is 3 to 4 hours. Or to a road journey or a train journey. There are multiple trains from Vande Bharat to others that goes to Prayag. That's point how you travel there. Once you travel there, you have to stay there. There are 3-4 ways you can stay there. Once you can stay in the hotel in the city. So there are two cities currently: city, the Prayag city, and the Kumbh Mela city, right? Which is adjacent to each other. But so you can stay in the city in a standard hotel. You can book from any of the websites, or you can live in any of the 2 lakh tents that are being created by the government approved parties. As I told you in the website, go to kumbh.gov.in. Just give me a second. Go to kumbh.gov.in and go to the chatbot or go to the travel and stay. They will list you all the camps that are available, and you can do a direct booking there. Once you reach there, right, there are 2-3 not warnings, like good to keep, good things to keep in mind. Don't travel on a Shahi Snan date. All the 6 dates I told you on the website, don't travel on that day. You can be a 1 or 2 day earlier to it and be there to watch it. But on that day, so many people are traveling, everything will be like, if you are a very comfort loving person, you may not walk much, right? So try to avoid those particular days. If you're not very comfortable with cold, right, try to be very ready, like your 1 or 2 layers, your caps and everything, but get a little cold. It's chilly in January anyways, and next to the bank, even more chillier. And if you want to avoid extreme cold and extreme crowd, also try to avoid January, right? Try to come after kind of 10th February. Kumbh will be little bit less crowded post 10th February. But again, like people used to come walking from various parts of India when there is no modern communication word, modern transport word. Today, with flights and trains and roads and tents and Yogi Adityanath's amazing arrangements, I think we should not have no reason not to come. So yeah, it's my personal invitation as a citizen of Uttar Pradesh and as a biographer of Yogi Adityanath that do come to Kumbh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's
Very
a
interesting.
beautiful slogan that Yogi Adityanath government has given. हम सबके पुण्य फलें, आओ हम सब कुंभ चलें. So with that note, yeah, I want to invite everyone.
Absolutely.
It's your
Yeah.
podcast for you to become.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Very interesting, Shantanu. Lot of valuable information that you have given. And for those who want to look out for his book, we will be putting the link, to buy the book. It will be available, yes, on Amazon. And we wish you all the best because you're doing a lot for Sanatana Dharma. And we are all thankful to you for doing this. So thank you. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.